While Santa Claus may be on his way back to the North Pole, we are back here live on Sportswire Radio in prime time on the brightest lights, the biggest stage, the only platform where all music, all sports now, and all wrestling matters. With a man that helped build this platform, figuratively and literally, because it was 3.5 years ago that this man was the first backyard and underground wrestler to come on here. And boy, does he have plenty to say tonight. He'll talk about that historic match at the even more historic Winter Clash 3. We'll talk about maybe a gift that's going to come a little later for him to bring back those tag team championships alongside with his true brother and best friend. We'll get into that. We'll also talk about a guy that now is going to be the boss of Jovi's vlog for a week. Yeah, we'll get into that. We'll also get into maybe some end of the year awards. We'll also talk about that. We'll also talk about how the landscape has changed here in the IMF with a new heavyweight champion that used to be a brother to the resident Rockstar. Yeah, we'll also talk about a guest here coming on that's a champion, a double champion that just wrestled at Winter Clash, who's here in this man's chair to start 2026. Yeah, we'll talk about that. Plus, I've got something you might want to say, a gift for this man. And then apparently he's going to take over and he's going to have even more to say. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, you will not want to miss this one. But I know that this man has been here many, many times. As a matter of fact, he may have been here more than anybody else that's ever come on this platform. But that doesn't take away the fact that we must give him that resident or Santa's resident rock star-like introduction here in prime time on the brightest lights, the biggest stage, the platform that he helped build, as I stated. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get this show off here in style. And ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas, everybody. So, with that, without further ado, here on the Sports Report, number one sports show, a man that is the founder of the All Wrestling Matters movement. He is not only the resident rock star of all of wrestling, and especially in the underground, but he is now Santa's resident rock star. His name is simply but Shawn. Shawn Jovi! Jovi's got it going on, my friend. Merry Christmas, and how are we doing?
Yes, Merry Christmas, Tom. Merry Christmas. Well, I don't want to wish Merry Christmas to my fans in real life, but I guess I got a Merry Christmas. It's great to be here, Tom. It's great to be home. It's great to be on the platform I helped build. The platform that where all wrestling matters, where it all began 3.5 years ago, like you said, where this whole journey began for you and I both. It's great to be here.
It's great to have you, and it's always good to have you here on Christmas and ho, ho, ho.
Can we keep that a tradition? Can we do that next year, too?
Yeah.
Doing this.
Yeah. Well, I want to make the announcement here because I know usually we do a big New Year's Eve show on Sportswire where you get all of some of your favorites, but unfortunately this year I actually can't do that because I am co-hosting the Justin of Heshy show with my co-host, Mr. Heshy Tischler, and we actually have a well-to-do prominent assemblyman on New Year's Eve on his channel, and we're on 3 radio stations. So unfortunately, I won't be here for this year's New Year's Eve, but maybe I should go right off the bat and announce it since you basically kind of put things on the spot about trying my own traditions, because New Year's Day in your chair, a man that you just shared a locker room with and a man that actually shares a championship that you hold near and dear to your heart returns to Sportswire Radio to kick off 2026 as the first guest. He is the reigning defending IMF hardcore champion, the All Wrestling Matters World Heavyweight Champion, and also the co-owner of the TF Crew, the Heartstopper, Gabe Sayers. He's back to start 2026 next Thursday in your chair. And boy, he'll have plenty to say, and I'm sure you'll be watching.
Oh, I'll be watching. I love Gabe Sayers. He's a great wrestler. He's a great champion. He's a great everything. He's the guy.
Absolutely. No, listen.
That title's on him. Speaking of which, that title's getting redesigned next year. Finally.
Well, I gotta say,
that's the first thing on my agenda.
Well, I gotta say real quick, I know Gabe has been on here countless times, not as much as you, obviously, because you are the resident rock star. But I will say, as I was speaking to Gabe off the air, and I actually thought that his match against Rory Fox was one of the best matches I've ever seen in his career. I was really impressed with it. And Rory Fox, obviously, I mean, a man that has done so much for the sport of wrestling. We know his story on MTV and obviously being on WWE television. And he's been a huge part of the IMF the last 5 or 6 months. And I really, really enjoyed his match with about that. We'll also talk about the one and only Ox McCoy finally getting his crack once again at the Hardcore Championship with Gabe Sayers. We'll mostly talk about the All Wrestling Matters title, plus a slew of other topics, and especially the TF Crew show, which is actually going to be 2 weeks from this Saturday. And I'm going to throw it out there once again because we're just dropping bombs here left and right. Don't confuse it with Trump here, but since he decided to bomb Nigeria, let's not go there with that. But yours truly is actually a sponsor to the TF Crew show here coming up in 2 weeks. I am actually one of the sponsors of the show. So you'll be seeing a lot of TF Crew coverage starting next Thursday.
Excellent. I look forward to it.
Yeah, me too. I'm very, very excited about that. But I'm really just as excited to have you here, maybe more excited right now, because it's a Christmas tradition, and we're going to do our best to keep that every year. I think I should be able to do that. Let's hope I'm alive between now and next year. We'll hope my voice. Let's hope my voice holds up with it. My lips have been killing me right now, but we'll leave that at that. Shawn Jovi, Santa's resident rock star here. For those that are listening and watching here in prime time on the brightest lights, the biggest stage, as you accurately said, the platform you most certainly helped build, Sportswire Radio. Talk to me about what happened at the historic Winter Clash 3.
It was a disaster, but I think everyone's expecting me to say that. It was a tough loss. It really was. Mephisto stormed off. He was pissed off. I was pissed off that this little tiny guy is able to lift me. I don't know how the hell he did that. But I will say he did get a cheap shot in before he did that, which is why his tag team title run isn't as legit as he wants it to be. If he wants to get the job done for real next time, don't low blow me before you give me an attitude adjustment, Tony boy.
Yeah, that was definitely caught us all off guard here, and I think we'll certainly
crap. He even saw it. The camera didn't see the ref seeing it, but I know the ref saw it, and he didn't call it. But yet he disqualified me a month ago.
So
what's wrong with people in the deck and not getting disqualified?
Do you think maybe because it was a different venue? I understand. Do you think it's because it was a different venue, different situation? What do you attribute to that? I mean, we're going to put the footage up here in a couple of minutes. I mean, but I mean, definitely it caught us off guard that certainly with Mr. DeBoss and his performance, but just what happened in the ending of it, more or less.
It was a rough ending to the match, man. I mean, like I said, Mephisto stormed off after the match. I was not far behind him. we left Ace high and dry. I mean, he can stay handcuffed all day. We were not happy with the ending of that match.
No, I did notice, by the way, that you guys didn't help Ace in any way, and not to say that it's his fault you guys lost, but I could see that maybe you guys didn't exchange Christmas cards with him today or yesterday, I would imagine.
Well, Tom, let's put it this way. We don't work for Ace. Ace works for us. You see, this one I've been beaten down Ace Diamond so many times over the years. I can't even count how many. More on my fingers, maybe more on my toes. But here's the thing. That's why he works for us, because he's our bitch. He knows that he can't defeat us, so why not join us? It's like you said, if you can't beat him, join him. His little diamonds couldn't beat us, so he offered us our business card before the show before I beat Soulja, and I ripped it up. But because I run Ace, Ace don't run me, Ace don't run Mephisto, Ace isn't even running the Rockstars of the Galaxy. Me and Mephisto run that shit.
So I get, yeah, we can certainly see we are definitely dropping bombs here left and right. We even hear that in the background. Hopefully Fozzie's okay, Mr. Jovi.
He's playing around in the bathtub, I'm pretty sure.
Maybe a great way to go.
Noises everywhere. That's all right.
Well, that's okay. Listen, it's obviously that day and that time of day. So I guess then, you know, it's safe to say that Ace Diamond and you guys, you know, he needs to figure a way out to do a better job then, more or less. And also you must be upset at the fact that he also had lost your vlog championship. I mean, that was another thing too. I mean, you know, Mr. The Boss is carrying 2 championships these days, and he was even this afternoon on Facebook going around with it, and his tag team partner asked why didn't he have the tag championships he was walking around with, and he said he was saving that for the autograph signings. That really must get to you.
That didn't work well for me, brother. Not good at all. I saw that and I was like, no, you represent both titles because you stole them both from us.
Well, you know what?
Represent them. But hey, you know, I may not like Tone. I may not like what he's doing. He may have control of my vlog for a week in the near future. But here's the thing. He is getting that title's name out there. He's intergalactic AF right now. And that's okay. Because when I get my title back for my vlog, and when we get our tag titles back, it's going to be a celebration like none other. I mean, you see these two right here. Our former.
I was about to introduce them because they're here now. They're here now. Dirty, obviously, a man you have a lot of history with, Dirty Donnie. And then there is the vlog champion himself, the intergalactic Jovi's vlog champion, the one and only Tone to Boston. There's Prince of Chia. They're coming out first, and it's a big crowd here, obviously, once again at Cedar Rapids and Iconics, and we see Camel Cam is out there. So who's here in the chat, who I know you and her definitely did not exchange Christmas cards in the past day or two, but nevertheless. Yeah, we see Jade there. We see Dominic. I mean, there's a lot of familiar faces.
Yeah, and, you know, actually something really cool. I don't know if you heard about it, Tom, but the Backyard Barbecue / Iconics is the new home for IMF.
Yes, you know what? I did hear about that. Yes.
We finally moved out of that dump in Palo. We have an actual venue in Cedar Rapids, a place with a population of people unlike Palo. We get people, we get money. They get their butts in their seats, and they're going to watch the show, the whole show, and nothing but the show. And I ain't talking about Soulja GP and Omen Black. I'm talking about me and Mephisto.
Well, you know what? I agree. I agree with the fact that we are very, very excited that Backyard Barbecue and Iconics are the official home of the IMF, and I think it's great for everybody. And the Backyard Barbecue has some of the best barbecues from your vlogs. We've seen that, and we love the venue. It's an exciting venue, and you guys are about to come out here and obviously get ready to defend those tag team champions. I know a lot of people here in the chat. We will get to you in a little while, but there is Ace Diamond, and you guys are right there. I mean, you look good as champions. You look like the Blues Brothers there almost. I mean, boy, I thought for a minute you guys were Belushi and Aykroyd there.
Like I said, we're the show, the whole show, and nothing but the show, and we dress that part.
Well,
We
I
dress
can
that
see
part
that.
because we're more than rock stars. We're showmen that don't care about anyone but ourselves. And that's all we need is ourselves. We don't need
That's it.
Ace Diamond. Well, he's there to help us, but he's not very good at it. We're working on him, though. We're training him. Oh, that guy
Well,
doesn't
but I hate to bring it up. His track record with others has not been much better either. I mean, we can talk about the likes of Nicholas Crenson, the likes of Ricky Romero. I mean, Freddie Daniels. I mean, it's a long list of people that El Drago once upon a time. I mean, there is a long list of people that have not had success much with Ace Diamond. Maybe it'll change in 2026, but obviously Camo Cam and Jimmy there are not too fond of you, as I could see.
I can see that. I'm surprised they didn't bring a sign. I would have ripped that shit right up. They bring signs for everyone else. Why don't they bring something for the resident rock star?
Camo Cam's in the chat. That's a great question that I'm sure she could answer. I would have no idea, but I'm certainly. Well, nevertheless, we're here and we're seeing you guys get ready, and I see there we have Chia and Tone DeBoss. Just, I mean, boy, these guys definitely they have their way of doing things. You and Mephisto have your way of doing things, and I mean, it's definitely two polar opposites, you might want to say.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of egos colliding. I mean, you got the rock, there's the Galaxy, and then you have that overinflated head of Tone the Boss who thinks he can do anything just because he holds a vlog title and now a tag title.
Even now introduced, I'm sure you were not fond of that, but introduced as somebody from the WWE Performance Center. I mean, that was also mentioned in the introduction, that he has been in the Performance Center. He's obviously performed his song in Showtime, which the Golden State Warriors have come out to, and obviously Anthony Luke, that's his end SummerSlam. So this is a guy that he has his way of doing things that's gotten his name out there, Grammy nominated performing artist, and he's continuing to mouth off. He's continuing to mouth off there. I mean, I guess you could say on the bright side, or maybe the not so bright side, I mean, he gives Anthony Steele a run for his money.
That's scary. That's really scary. And even Steele, he's tamed himself quite a bit over the time.
Well, he's a whole different dynamic. We'll eventually get to him one of these days, but no question.
Yeah, he doesn't. He can put him on the back burner. It's about me now.
Well, I'll leave that at that. I'll certainly move away from that topic for another day. But nevertheless, Dirty Ace is trying to do his job right there. He's trying to get away and not be handcuffed to Dirty, but we're not having that there with our ref.
Yeah, that whole thing was a disaster. And the stipulation of Dirty and Ace being handcuffed together, bullcrap. Now, Ace wouldn't cost them the match. Ace is there for moral support. You ain't going to cheat to help us win. I can do that on my own. Same with Mephisto. He's a moral supporter, if you catch my drift.
Well, I think the purpose of it was
until he messed up.
Well, listen, I mean, you could have made the point that since you guys left Dirty high and dry, that you guys have held those championships and you guys have certainly gotten yourself out there. You've gotten respect from others and you have certainly looked like champions. But right now, those championships are being defended here. We're watching some footage from Winter Clash 3. It's the biggest show in the IMF's history. And if you're out there right now, hit the sub button for me for the IMF. Also follow them on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. My name is the Reverend Tom Bryce here. We are with Shawn Jovi, Santa's resident rock star. We are watching his most recent match where he, alongside Mephisto, are defending those IMF Tag Team Championships against one Prince Achia and the current Vlog Champion, Tone DeBoss, Grammy-nominated artist, and also the man who has performed the hit song Showtime, which has been played in WWE and NBA programming. But right now, we have IMF programming on here right now. And Mephisto starting off this match against Prince Achia, and I got to like your chances.
Yeah, I mean, and speaking of Showtime, you know what the best part about going to that Packer game a few weeks ago, Tom, was when I went? They didn't play Showtime. They didn't play Showtime. They didn't play Showtime, thank God. I
Well,
was
you know
just
what?
waiting for the Boss Bowl crap to come up, and they didn't play. They played John Cena's theme instead. God bless.
Go Pack, go! And the Pack
Go
are
Pack,
now
go!
a
The
playoff team.
greatest team in the whole wide world, the Green Bay
I'll
Packers.
tell you what, forget about the Bears game because they just clinched a playoff spot today because the Lions lost. So, listen, you can't win them all, but they'll be back in the playoffs, and who knows? Maybe the Bears and Packers will face off. But Prince of Chia there with a tactic that not obviously a move that you were too fond of, and Mephisto's not too happy. The former IMF World Heavyweight Champion, and he's serious right now, and there's definitely a different tone you might want to say with your best friend and real brother, Mephisto.
The thing with Mephisto is he's like me, fed up with the people, fed up with the politics, fed up with everything. That's why we became the Rockstars of the Galaxy and the whole show. Because we believe that we are two of the best talents that IMF has to offer. And together, we're pretty damn good. I think we make a good team. So when we came together as a team, we made a pact to say, hey, we'll have fun. But if things go south, we know what to do. And back in a few months back, that's what we had to do. We had to take out Soldier to win those titles. And we got one defense in. I mean,
you pinned the now world heavyweight champion Soldier GP. You pinned him.
Yeah, I pinned him. Maybe people can say it's not clean, but hey, a pin's a pin, a win's a win.
You pinned the now world heavyweight champion. I don't know what that means about the future. Felix Jones is certainly looking to change that future. But hey, listen, you pinned the now world heavyweight champion, but we'll have to see. And by the way, another point that you've made with you and Mephisto, you, Shawn Jovi, Santa's resident Rockstar, has competed at every single IMF live event, 100% attendance record.
And I know some people can say the same that travel, but they haven't been to every show since the beginning. Now, as a traveler, I'm the only one.
You have.
Now, I ride alongside Nicholas Krenzen and Ricky Romero. That's no secret. You see him on the vlogs.
Yes.
Krenzen missed one show. I believe Ricky missed 2 or 3.
Ricky's missed a couple. That I know. He's definitely missed.
And there was a month that Krenzen couldn't do, and we had to find a new driver, and I did. And I showed up at that show.
And you were there. You were there, and you have shown your testament to the IMF, and Tone DeBoss certainly showed his loyalty, you might want to say, to one The Undertaker, because he just stole The Undertaker's move. I don't know if he had asked The Undertaker for permission, but he certainly...
Probably not. Might as well call him Tone DeMark at that point.
Well, you know what? The fans seem to be behind him. They seem to be behind him, and he's got the people certainly in the palm of his hand. And what can you say? What can you say about Tone DeBoss? But we're waiting to see you get in there because, I mean, it's been a few minutes at least, and we're waiting to see Santa's resident Rockstar get into that ring.
Yeah, I was itching to get in there for a while, Tom, but hey, when I get in, things change.
Definitely they do.
He's down right now, but the best thing about Mephisto, when he's down, he eventually gets up, and he gets up with a vengeance.
Well, I'll tell you what, Tone DeBoss is showboating a little bit there. It's certainly showtime. I think I would want to be on my opponent, especially a former world heavyweight champion, but he's certainly methodical. I might want to continue to keep him down, but Mephisto's a veteran. He knows what to do, and that's exactly a reason why he knows what to do. And Mr. Tone DeBoss is waiting for the moment, I guess. I mean, certainly waiting for tomorrow, waiting for the big one to call our friend Lorraine Lewis, nevertheless.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, Tone's taking a sweet time here. I don't know what Mephisto's doing. But
you just even things out a little bit. Yeah. You just even things out.
What can I say? He needs a little
help. You gave him the hockey assist. You gave him the hockey assist, and that's exactly what the veteran Mephisto needs, a former world heavyweight champion. And now he's doing what he does best here. And this was a very nice suplex and a very impressive work from Mephisto. And you can see that there, that Tone DeBoss, who has very little at best in ring experience, it's going to certainly feel that one. And I'm sure that Tone DeBoss is still feeling that one because especially from someone like Mephisto, you're going to be feeling that for more than a day or two.
Yeah.
And there you go, working methodical. That's good veteran tactics, keeping your opponent down, and Mephisto talking to the referee. And then there you go, right there, doing what you do best. Obviously, being a veteran, one of the veterans in the IMF with over 15 years of in-ring experience, showing what you do best. We're waiting for you to come out there and certainly use your experience to keep those tag team championships, and we're waiting for that moment. And listen, Mephisto though is working on Tone DeBoss, and it's definitely showtime here. But 1, 2, almost. I'd say 2.5 there. Mephisto looks definitely a little bit surprised that Tone DeBoss was able to inch his way to continue that match. He definitely, though, has had some bars dropped on him figuratively and literally, but Tone DeBoss is a fighter. He is a guy that's certainly done a lot. He's done a lot outside the wrestling world, and you could make the case that that's going to keep his skills are going to keep him in this, and you can't put him away that easily. But you got to give Mephisto credit, and Dirty.
Yeah, look at him. He's got that single leg crab locked in. He was even doing the thing to like, whoa, hey, an ad.
So, yeah, we've had three. It's the third one, so that's good for business. But we want to get back to that.
That's good for monetization. Let's say that.
Absolutely. Listen, absolutely. No. We're happy about that. But I'll tell you what, nice move there by Tone DeBoss, and he's able to make the hot tag to Prince Achia. And Prince Achia has been waiting for this, and he knows Mephisto. He knows him very well, and he's had his own history with Ace Diamond. And Prince Achia, I'm telling you, he'll come back here and watch this. But Mephisto is not letting him at the moment. And right now, you and your brother Mephisto are in full control. And it's just, to me, right now, this is just a domination, total domination right now. I mean, this is what you guys do best as a tag team, and Dirty can't do nothing about it.
Kicking ass. What can I say?
Oh, those chops are going to hurt. Those chops, let me tell you, those chops are going to definitely hurt. And now the moment we have been waiting for, Santa's resident rock star, Shawn Jovi, is in, and Shawn Jovi is ready to put that resident rock star energy out in full force, and especially toward Prince Achia. And you can just see, this is what Mephisto and Jovi do best, ladies and gentlemen. This is what they do. They're using their in-ring experience. They're using their skill set that has helped them as accomplished single stars and now as tag team champions. And you can see that right now. Look at those headbutts. Oh, my goodness, those headbutts are just, forget about the headbutts you'd see from the past from Yokozuna, Umaga. Those are just something you've added recently to your skill set. And those headbutts, ladies and gentlemen, I certainly would not want to feel, and Prince Achia would probably agree. And there you go. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, drop that bass. Drop that bass. And no, not Megan Trainor. It's Shawn Jovi dropping that bass. And right now, Prince Achia is in a world of hurt right now. A world of hurt, ladies and gentlemen. And Shawn Jovi stopping a mud hole into the veteran Prince Achia. And Tone DeBoss can only watch. He can only watch. Tone DeBoss right now can only watch. And Dirty is certainly upset as well. You can certainly understand from Mr. DeBoss and Mr. Dirty's perspective. But right now, the team of Jovi and Mephisto, they are just right now showing why they are, at the moment, the IMF Tag Team Champions. We'll get to everybody here in a few minutes and see a lot of people want to talk to you. And I want to wish everybody Merry Christmas. But there you go. There you go. People have been waiting for it. And how about that bulldog, that running bulldog from Shawn Jovi? Some new moves here from the veteran Jovi.
It's been a while since I've done the Splash Bulldog combo. Felt like it was time to bring it back.
Bulldogs, boy, I tell you what, you are definitely.
I haven't really done much of that since I was somewhere else, but
yeah, I think I know that place. But right now, I think where I see it right now is you got Prince Achia in that middle of the ring, and Tone DeBoss is trying his best to will his tag team partner to come in for that hot tag. But I don't even know if I'd want that tag.
I like how I was reaching his hand towards, like, come on, tag him in, Tony boy.
I'm not even sure if I'd want that tag right now, considering the offense.
I would love the tag, but I was toying with Prince on that one.
Well, you know what? Hey, I tell you what, if it's working and it ain't broke, don't fix it. And right now, that seems to be the case. And certainly, Shawn Jovi is coming here like a house of fire. And Prince Achia may be a veteran. He's a strong guy in his own right, but this is almost for anybody very hard to take. But wait a minute. Prince Achia finds a way. He finds a way to get a move, maybe a last-ditch move here to keep this match going. And we'll see if Prince Achia can will himself to his tag team partner, Tone DeBoss. We'll see if it's showtime and Tone DeBoss faces off with Shawn Jovi. Obviously, Shawn Jovi has said here in the past there's only room for him and Mephisto to be the rock stars of the IMF and all of wrestling, but we'll see if Tone DeBoss will get to see the resident rock star, Santa's resident rock star, Shawn Jovi. And Prince Achia is waiting. He's waiting. He's going, and he's able to. He's able to make that tag, and here comes the DJ himself, Tone DeBoss. Here he comes, that Grammy-nominated artist here, the performing artist himself, and he's going to the high rent district here. He is going, Shawn Jovi. He is definitely going where no man has gone before. But wait a minute. Prince Achia's holding. Oh my God. Did we not see what we just saw there, ladies and gentlemen? Wait a minute. There's Tone DeBoss. Tone DeBoss is going. He's got Mephisto and Jovi right in the middle of the ring, and you can see it. I think we're about to, because I think Mephisto and Shawn Jovi are about to see what Mephisto and Tone DeBoss and Prince Achia are all about to find out, because you, ladies and gentlemen, are about to see it. It's the five-knuckle shuffle. You can't see. No, we can see it, because the five-knuckle shuffle just took place from Prince Achia and Tone DeBoss, ladies and gentlemen. And boy, right now,
this match happened at the exact same time Cena's match was on. I heard that over.
Yes.
I overheard somebody saying it when I was reviewing and editing the footage. I was like, oh, wow.
Well, we have the Prophet Jordan Crowley on commentary had mentioned that. Yes, the Prophet Jordan Crowley had also mentioned that during commentary. Yeah. But you've got control. Well, you know what? He's obviously going to be back on here in a few weeks, but you have gotten control back of the match. But wait a minute! Jovi stuck! And oh my God! Oh! That chop's gonna... Wait a minute! Is that... We're about to see 37... Wait a minute! And he's those punches. Oh my God!
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
He's nuts! He's nuts! Ladies and gentlemen! Oh my goodness! Did I just see what I just saw there? 1, 2, 3, and new IMF Tag Team Champions, Tone DeBoss and Prince Achia in his first true match. Tone DeBoss has won Tag Team Championship gold in one of the biggest shows in underground and wrestling history, Winter Clash 3, on the day that one of his idols, John Cena, wrestles his final match. Tone DeBoss wins championship gold. One door closes, another one opens. You can touch it all, because Tone DeBoss and Prince Achia are the new IMF Tag Team Champions. And the resident rock star, Santa's resident rock star, Shawn Jovi, you definitely didn't see that one coming. And that was a Christmas gift that was giving at your expense.
Yeah, it wasn't a pretty gift. I'd rather open a lump of coal than go through all that again. I'm just
you saw it, and that was quite an adjustment.
Tone got lucky. He got a cheap low blow in, while the referee could have clearly disqualified him, but didn't for some reason.
But we'll come back to that right now. We'll put that footage up.
Because I saw it from the hard cam angle.
Mephisto goes for the chair shot, bounces off the rope.
He's up. He was trying to put down. He was behind.
Wait a second.
There it is.
Somehow. Dirty.
That up was over where that.
Oh my God! He got him up and over.
See, there he is. I know. He saw the whole thing.
That is.
And that was it. That attitude adjustment heard round the world. And Tone DeBoss, he's got championship gold. And you know what? Despite what happened throughout that match, despite the dominance of you and Mephisto, Prince Chi and Tone DeBoss found a way, and maybe it is because Tone DeBoss has had success as a performing artist. Maybe it is because of Tone DeBoss's success with the likes of Anthony Luke, the Kansas City Chiefs, the Golden State Warriors, and maybe he used that performance, that determination to help he and his tag team partner because right now they're the new IMF World Tag Team Champions.
Good for them. Can they do it again, though?
We're going to talk about that. I'm glad that you brought that up because we are going to talk about that shortly. We're going to talk about that when we get to the chat, but I am sure that you're going to remember what happened with Mr. DeBoss. Well, certainly went for those grapefruits there. He wanted to
It was a dark day, Tom. It was a dark day for the Rockstars.
Well, we saw a 5-knuckle shuffle. We saw a walk, an Undertaker walk, and we saw an attitude adjustment. I'll tell you what, Tone DeBoss may not have had the most experience, but he found a way, and there's a will, there's a way, and he and Prince Chi are those IMF Tag Team Champions. We're going to talk about that shortly. Let's get to everybody here in the chat. I know a lot of people have been waiting throughout the evening to get a chance to talk with you, and we have a lot of comments, and somebody who was here first is the enforcer of Sportzwire Radio, Mr. Ox McCoy. Wanted to say Merry Christmas and a Jovi New Year. Absolutely. Zilla's here next. I don't know what your relationship with Zilla these days as a fan, but she did say Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Yeah, Europe, that was a great film.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, happy.
Camel Cam, a good guy for one night. How about that?
Camel Cam, who I know you're not going to be much of a fan of, is here. Nevertheless, Merry Christmas to you. But Mr. Jam Dog, all the way from the UK, who was watching this at 2:25 a.m. Wanted to say Merry Christmas. Thank you to the one and only Jam Dog. Thank you for tuning in, my friend. A very good friend from a number of different companies out there in the UK. Yes, hello to Jam Dog. Speaking of a man that you have shared a residency with for a few days, that is none other than Mr. Johnny Velocity, the ROEW Prestige Champion. Wanted to say Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to everyone. And the guys over in the EWA will be here next Saturday. So we'll have something to say with them. And Johnny Velocity's brother, by the way, Matthew Forsaken, did say that he's going to send Jason Storm to hell. So maybe that'll impact your match coming up at New Year's Vengeance with RCW's Thomas McEntee. So maybe, I guess we'll have to see for your card and such how that impacts it. But nevertheless, we'll...
Storm survives, I mean...
Who knows?
Not my problem if we don't.
You've lived with Matthew Forsaken. You know what he's like, and he wants to send Jason Storm to hell, and maybe that means Jason Storm won't show up to New Year's Vengeance and against Thomas McEntee. We're going to talk about him in a few minutes. We're going to definitely get into him. Yes, hello. Who else we have here in the chat? Yes, hello to Johnny. Also, he is a generous lover. I think we're talking about Mr. Sayers. I think
he's talking about Gabe.
Figured that. And
they should get married, just like me and Ricky.
Oh, who knows? New Year's Day, everybody seems to be getting married on those days. So we'll ask Gabe about that when he's here next Thursday. He makes his return here for the first time in 4 months. Yes, thank you. Ox did get stung out of Winter Clash 3, but Ox has promised no matter what happens, he will be there on the 24th of January. And
I hope it wasn't the same without Ox, I'll tell you that.
And also, I think Ox wants to retract this comment because I think we know the answer, but I think this will basically
get that crap out of here.
That's why I said that. Now, he does want to address a man that is no longer the IMF champion on his platform, the boogeyman of the Midwest, the hardcore god, Omen Black, the former IMF undisputed champion, saying Omen got embarrassed and decided to take his ball and go home. Well, I mean, he did say he was going to leave on December 31st with the IMF championship. I mean, what do you think about that? I mean, that certainly must disappoint you that your former big brother, Soldier GP, is now once again the IMF world champion.
I'm gonna be honest. Like, that was an emotional match to watch. I agree. I may not like Soldier. Omen and I, we have our on and off history. But God, that was crazy. I mean, I don't blame Omen for taking his ball and going home. If I got hit in the head with a cinder block, I'd want to go home. I was going to
say, I don't think necessarily that Omen took his ball and went home. I think the sheer effect and impact of a cylinder block may, well, let's just say, keep him on the shelf.
Yeah, I mean, and time will tell. You never know what happens with Omen. He's an unpredictable human being. He can receive
who
or he
knows?
could sit home at his fireplace drinking a cup of blood, and I don't know what he does, but whatever happens to Omen, I wish him the best.
Absolutely, no question that we are certainly
A
hopeful to
true
see
icon
Omen back.
to IMF. And
I think a
I
true,
wouldn't be an IMF if it wasn't for Omen.
and I would say a true icon for our generation, our movement here these last few years, regardless of what you thought of the actions of the boogeyman of the Midwest the last year in the IMF. There is no denying his impact. There is no denying what he's done out there inside that squared circle, and the opponents he's beaten, the men that he's battled, the blood that he has shed. There is no question, ladies and gentlemen, that Omen Black has been one of the very best in our squared circle for our generation, our movement these last few years. You cannot deny his influence.
Absolute staple to it. He
Absolutely.
is a staple to this community, much like myself, much like Johnny Velocity, much like many others.
Yes.
This is a big community. I mean, it's not as big as one before this time, known as the GBY.
I actually like to think it's a bigger community, because I do want to remind people that in a span of a week, we had not one but two ex-WWE wrestlers, and in the span of 2 weeks, we had three. So anybody who says, it's not as big anymore, it's not this, not that, well,
you're moving up, Tom, and that's what matters most.
I will, but that's all because
from my perspective of the yard and the underground, it's a little different than your perspective.
But I would say, because of the yard and the underground wrestlers like Shawn Jovi, like Omen Black, like Soldier GP, like Johnny Velocity, like Justin Parsley as an example, or like James Taylor, or like Anthony Steele, even among many others, Jason Storm, CJ Black, amongst many others. Those wrestlers that you saw grace this presence in your chair the last few weeks on Sportswire would not have been here because of many of those great wrestlers that I just mentioned here in the backyard in the underground wrestling circuit.
You know, it's always been home. The backyard underground scene will always be my home. I could go to WWE one day. Hey, never say never, right? I would never. And unlike people who have gone to bigger and better things, especially those in my state, from the past, I don't forget where I come from. I don't. I remember almost 20 years ago, on August 31st, 2006, when I stepped on a trampoline. Yeah, that's right, a trampoline. A couple buddies, and we put on a little show. And that was the day I became wholeheartedly invested in the backyard scene. And, you know, it is what it is. It's been almost 20 years. And now I'm at the pinnacle of where I need to be.
Absolutely. No, the IMF, let me tell you something. The IMF is a heck of a company, and companies like the IMF are the backbone of wrestling. To me, if you look at companies like TF Crew, IMF, the EWA, companies that are giving wrestlers an opportunity, whether it's in the underground, whether it's in the independent, whether it is in the backyard wrestling circuit, these are the companies that are giving wrestlers that opportunity, that much important time in that squared circle, getting those reps, getting those opportunities. So it's very important that we support companies that are running shows each and every month, like IMF, like TF Crew, like EWA, like our friends in the UK, such as CCW that were back here a couple of weeks ago with James Barris. You need to support the companies, because all politics is local, but all wrestling is local. All wrestling is local. And that's why you got to support companies like the IMF. Let's hit the sub button for them, and let's get to some more comments. You have a lot of them. You have a lot to talk about. Those cups. Thank you. Next comment. Speaking of people that I knew were not cheering for you at the show on a couple of weeks ago, last Saturday.
Actually, she said she was on the vlog, which actually took me by complete surprise.
Yeah, I wasn't sure watching the match, though. I mean, I would say, all right, I guess.
I mean, she could have been lying. I don't know. I don't pay attention to her. I'm wrestling a match. I don't give a crap what she thinks at that time. I got opponents to worry about.
I certainly understand, but speaking of somebody that does somewhat speak your language, except for the first part, he said, we'll go like this in honor of it. Pack, Other than that, Jovi and I agree, rejoice. But the Prophet Jordan Crowley is here, and we want to thank him. And he'll be here in his spot a few days before New Year's Vengeance, and we'll have him on. And Ox and him have certainly interesting history, and they will not. I am sure of this. They will not be exchanging Christmas cards as well. And speaking of somebody that you obviously know and have shared a locker room with, is the hall monitor of Sportswire Radio. And he did want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas. I mean, he's able to comment. He is allowed to and say Merry Christmas to everybody. I know for some people,
freedom of speech. You can't. I acknowledge Justin Parsley. Do I like Justin Parsley? We'll go back to that another time.
I see.
But hey, it's kind of cool that Omen have something in common, that they took their ball and went home.
Well, I mean, listen, who Wait a minute. Are you trying to say that they're both like the Brock Lesnar Goldberg situation of WrestleMania 20 without wrestling each other? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, something like that. They were supposed to wrestle each other, and then it just ended up being an ass disaster. They at least they saved themselves from making it an ass disaster.
Well, I mean, listen, we didn't.
Look what happened. Parsley left his best friend high and dry, and look what happened to his kiddo because his best friend left.
Well, I would imply, though, that we didn't see Goldberg after WrestleMania 20 for over a decade. We didn't see Brock Lesnar for about, 7 or 8 years. And I would
Those
hope
were the best 7-8 years of my career and my life. I didn't have to see Lesnar on TV.
I'm hoping that, as a wrestling fan and as a Sportswire fan, I hope that Mr. Black and Mr. Parsley, we don't have to wait 7 or 8 years or 12 years in the case of Goldberg with Mr. Parsley. I would hope that we don't have to wait that long to see them back out there in the ring. I'm certainly hoping.
I hope not. Parsley will have a cane and maybe a walker by then. If it's 12 years, who knows?
No.
That's damn near 40. You never know.
Who knows? Well, let's hope that both men get out there and return to the ring. And who knows? Hopefully, he'll be in the IMF. But we know the situations, and we'll see. I'm sure those men will address it. Soldier is here. Wanted to give the eyes at you. Speaking of somebody that we've become friends on TikTok recently, and has become a big TikTok influencer of late, Doc Holliday, a man that you know very well. Yes, and Doc should be. And by the way, I'm sponsoring the card that Doc is on coming up here for the TF Crew show coming up 2 weeks from Saturday. Yours truly is now one of the sponsors. So I'm excited about that. And I'm looking forward to seeing some more of the guys from the TF Crew here on Sportswire in the lead up to that. Very excited. We have Castor on Monday. Gabe is in your chair. You know people are going to tune into Gabe. We have Angel Santiago, who's going to be here on January 5th. So we have more guys ahead to come on. So I'm really excited about that. And who knows? Doc gave me a nice message on TikTok. So maybe one day we'll see Doc Holliday on Sportswire. You never know. Merry Christmas.
I'm open to seeing that.
A lot of people would like to see that. So I'll ask Gabe his thoughts on that, and we'll go from there. Yes, Merry Christmas to Justin, our whole monitor. And Camo has a question. Was Jovi on the nice list or the naughty list?
It's a hard thing to say considering I was a little bit of both this year. So I turned out okay. I didn't get any coal, but I didn't end up. I'm not on the show with my tag team titles tonight. So,
wow.
You win some, you lose some. Not the best on God's green earth, but I'm here now.
Well, I'm going to share my screen still in about 10 minutes, so we'll see what happens then. Congratulations, Soldier. Finally put an end to Omen's reign as IMF champion, basically. Well, I mean, that is certainly the case. I mean, Omen was quite a champion.
Oh, sorry. One of the things I will say about that whole Soldier Omen thing, Omen lost, but I'm not mad about it. I mean, I should be upset that Soldier won. I'm not a big Soldier guy. But it brings forth change in the IMF. And I think a new era, a clean slate for 2026 is what the company really needed. We have a new home. We have a new venue. We're going to be at Iconics / Backyard Barbecue almost every month next year. I mean, it's a new start for us. The whole Palo era, that's over. We're not going back to Palo as far as I know. We're going to be right in the heart of Cedar Rapids where we should have been the entire time.
And I think that's great for everybody. It's great for the wrestlers. It's great for the fans. And it's great.
it's a good morale in the locker room. The morale is looking pretty good.
And you guys had a great show. You guys had a great crowd. And we're going to continue that momentum. And we're on Instagram. And you can follow the IMF there. I know we have a lot of people in the chat. I'm going to get to you. So give me an opportunity to say hello to you because I'm way behind in comments. Merry Christmas, everyone. Soldier, congratulations on the championship. Yes, a new day is upon us here in the IMF. And Tom, let me do the commentary. Not your strong suit. Not sure as well. I don't wear suits, but you do you, Jordan Crowley. You do you, and then we'll see if you come back on Sportswire. We'll certainly see. But I appreciate you, and obviously Jordan is in a festive mood because his Bears had beat your Packers. That's really what he's trying to tell us. Code word is that the Bears beat the Packers, and that he's really generous in his comments right now due to that. But hey, we'll see what they do.
Don't make me not like you. Don't make me not like you.
We'll see what they do in the playoffs. But nevertheless, Justin Parsley, I miss you. I have been partaking in the fill in the blanks in the honor of the sleeves. And Merry Christmas, chat. Thank you, Soldier. Thank you for moving on from that comment. Hello to Justin Parsley and Merry Christmas, Soldier. Good work at Winter Clash. Yes, congratulations, Soldier. Want to say hello to our friends in the great state of Oregon, Roseburg, Oregon, and BTW. And RJS and the guys wanted to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. It was nice to have the guys on a couple of weeks ago. We put a bunch of their wrestlers in the Hall of Fame. RJS, Swift, Steven Storm, BES, bunch of great guys, and they've been coming on the platform every month, and we'd like everybody to wish them a Merry Christmas as well and thank them for their support. Thank you to all. Congratulations on the title win. I'm sore at the moment. Yeah, I could see that from that match, and I bet that looked like it hurt. Yeah, that's a good point. I had children
on the trash can was crazy.
Yeah, well, that was a crazy match, and don't try this at home, please. I haven't been on here in a bit. Well, here you are. Hello to Doc. Who else we have here in the chat? Hit the follow button for the IMF, please, on YouTube. I don't really care about IMF wrestling anymore. No, listen, you should definitely care about what IMF wrestling has.
Wrestling matters, Zilla.
Yes, and please, the IMF does a lot in the community. They're going out there giving people an opportunity, giving wrestlers an opportunity, giving fans an opportunity to watch live wrestling. Some of the very best wrestlers, some of the most experienced wrestlers out there. You got guys like Rory Fox, Gabe Sayers. These guys have been seen in front of millions upon millions of people. Let's support those who support us. Remember, everybody's on the same team, especially on Christmas. Let's not forget that, please. Here we go. And yes, there you go. Hello to Torrance Banks. Hello to the one and only Torrance Banks, who I hope to see back out there in the ring. And don't matter, I ain't gone nowhere. Well, I hope to see you in 2026 out there in the ring. I hope to see you here out in Sportswire. And also, don't worry, I ain't going anywhere. Good. Thank you for that. There you go. Omen Black is still my favorite wrestler of all time. Well, he's a tremendous wrestler. He's a tremendous performer. And I hope that we see him back out there in the ring. I was playing with kids during your match, sadly, but you had a good match. See, I told you I wasn't sure. She was rooting for you, but how we doing? Trying to hype myself up for 2026. We'll get into that. Same. I do hope that Justin Parsley is successful in the near future. Yeah, I mean, that's a big unknown. Justin Parsley, what will he do in a wrestling ring? But listen, who knows? But he was here in the chat. He wished everybody a Merry Christmas. And like I said, hope to see him back out there. He's a tremendous performer. Follow the IMF on Instagram. And we're doing great out here. I hope you had a great Christmas. I hope everybody got a chance to open some Christmas gifts. And speaking of Christmas gifts, I know we have a lot to talk about, but I do want to share my screen. And I like to, for those that are listening and watching here in prime time on the brightest lights, the biggest stage, you had said, Shawn Jovi, you were hoping for something. You were hoping for something to be permanently recognized as a time-honored tradition. Well, there you go. Christmas forever acknowledged as Shawn Jovi Day on all Sportswire radio platforms. So we'll see you next year, as long as I'm alive.
That keeps on giving.
Well, hopefully we'll see it, in 2026, unless Jordan Crowley takes over. Maybe he'll just do the interview because obviously, I mean, I can't talk. So, I mean, maybe Jordan will
I'm more fit for the job than Crawley. Let's be honest.
Well, you can't interview yourself. I mean, you could, but I think somebody would want you to have questions thrown at you, and maybe Jordan's that guy. Maybe who knows? Maybe I'll have
Don't tempt me. I might interview myself sometime. I mean, it sounds like a good vlog idea.
I mean, guys like Steele, guys like Parsley, guys like Taylor could probably do that, but we don't want that. I mean, obviously, hopefully I'll be alive between now and next Christmas. If not, maybe Jordan Crowley will interview you because, Jordan, he does such a bang-up job on commentary, and maybe it's time for me to retire after this episode because he's absolutely right, Jordan. Jordan is so right. He's 110% right. Obviously, I can't do this anymore. I can't talk, and really, maybe it's time to pass the baton to Jordan because Jordan, he knows everything. It's just time. He's a prophet after all. I mean, he knows his stuff, and just I'm no match, and it's time to pass the mic over, and I'll let Jordan interview everybody else going forward. So maybe I'm going to officially announce my retirement tonight.
As the ambassador of All Wrestling Matters and all the other words you give me, that don't work for me, brother. That does not work.
Just kidding.
You are not leaving our platform, Tom. Never in a million years. We're riding or dying, buddy.
Just kidding.
I don't care what you say.
Okay, I changed my mind. I unretired, but Ox McCoy didn't seem too happy with that. All right.
Your way out of it.
All right, you know what? I do want to come back to New Year's Vengeance because I know we have a couple things to talk about, but let's talk about RCW here for a minute because obviously we have a card here coming up. I'm going to put that up. I'm going to plug your YouTube channel. So let's talk about RCW here for a few minutes.
Yeah, definitely. So as some may know, Thomas McEntee is my RCW champion, and he's been absent for quite some time. And that ain't sitting well with me. I've been trying to contact him, like, hey,
you said it here.
And eventually, it took 3 weeks, but he got back to me. He was like, yeah, I'll be there. And he better be there, because if not, that belt's coming back via package in the mail, one way or another. So I hope he shows up, because I think if he's the champion he says he is, or thinks he is, then why not go against the greatest champion RCW's ever had? The one who created RCW. If anything, this should be a test for you, Thomas, to see if you still belong in the underground after your absence. So please, Thomas, please, my wish for this Christmas is for you to show up so I can put you in your place and show you what a real champion looks like.
Well, I'll tell you what, Thomas McEntee was a guy that famously this past summer had a victory over a man that returns to Sportswire next Friday in the one and only Ace Christian. A guy, Ace Christian, that had just won a championship earlier this summer in the WDWA over in West Virginia, and he just lost his championship at their most recent show, and he had a lot of fanfare. But obviously circumstances were what they are, and Thomas McEntee makes his return here coming up, and he's got you, and it's going to be a tall order for Thomas McEntee because we know the mood you're in right now, especially after what happened, losing those IMF Tag Team Championships, especially controversially to the way you lost those championships with those grapefruits being, let's just say, hit and those jewels. And then on top of that, an attitude adjustment that you're still dealing with. And I would definitely not want to face you coming off what happened here at Winter Clash. But Thomas McEntee, this is what he's facing here. I mean, he's definitely got his toughest test yet.
He does. And like I said, people can say, oh, he just wants to put the title on himself so he put himself in a match. Listen, I know people like to accuse people of that, especially accusing people in IMF. James Taylor, cough, cough. I love you, buddy, but you don't know the business well enough to understand that a champion earns their opportunities. And even though I do not like Soulja, he earned his opportunity, and he took the ball and ran with it. That guy has been through so much this year. I don't like him. Like I said, I turned my back on him, as I should have. But hey, I got to give credit where it's due. Even though behind the curtain, sure, they run the company. Doesn't mean they can't be a champion. Doesn't mean they can't be the face of the company. Just like RCW. When I decide to cash in and win this title this upcoming month, I will have all the power again. And that's what we need. We need the power of Jovi to get things on track. Because, let's face it, if it wasn't for me, All Wrestling Matters would not be a phrase. It would be an afterthought. It wouldn't have even happened. Imagine what would have happened if I didn't come on 3.5 years ago, Tom. You'd still be interviewing people from the UK. You'd still be doing some boring topics. I mean, I love you, but your show wasn't.
No. Listen, I would hear it from people. Some of my friends. I'll say one of my friends, actually two of my friends. Steven Saperstein, Anthony Finkel, guy. I just watched his band play. Yeah, they would say, "What are you doing?" People would say, "What?" People would tell me, we love some of the UK guys that come on. So people would tell me,
Tribal Cheese. I acknowledge that, man.
Yeah, we had. I mean, there's been some good ones. The Tribal Cheese, the CCW guys. But yeah, no. Listen, if it wasn't for you coming on, I would be talking to probably a British wrestler that, may not have the same charisma as you. Maybe not have the same charisma as a Justin Parsley or a Soldier GP or an Omen Black or an Anthony Steele or an Ace Christian or a Gabe. There's a long list of wonderful talents here in the backyard. Then they go Johnny Velocity as well, Jason Storm, CJ Black. I mean, Aaron Blaze. I like to throw Aaron Blaze in there. Jack Delta when he was around. I mean, a lot of great talents in the backyard in the underground that they would not have come on if it wasn't for you. I would be talking to probably some British wrestler with a thick accent that, probably people would tell me, what are you doing? I mean, like I said, two of my friends would say, what are you doing talking to these people? I'm like, well, that was I thought that would be my thing, but you came on and it's led to all these things. And it's led to, WWE wrestlers coming on. Yeah, it's led to famous rock and roll stars. And I'm getting closer to Bon Jovi, by the way. I will tell you, I just spoke to a guitarist who's played for Ozzy Osbourne. So I'm going to just leave it at that. So, I'm inching there, and I wouldn't inch as close as I have if it wasn't for you. I would not have inched as close as I've gotten to all these people if it wasn't for you coming on. So there's no question that you have a lot on the line because you've done so much for the community, and this championship means so much to you. And Thomas McEntee, again, nothing against Thomas McEntee. He's come on here a few times, but we know that these last few months, he's been MIA. And now, well, he's going to certainly be dealing with some vengeance and some mercy coming up because he's got you. And on top of that, vengeance, New Year's vengeance, he's got now an outlaw, Jason Storm.
And Jason Storm, let's face it, after his match with Soldier, he apologized and all that good stuff. Good for him. But it seems like he's on a redemption run now. I mean, and if he is, that's great. I think he can make up for the things he's done and all the horrible things that he did about Soldier's dad and the urn. And, maybe there is light at the end of the tunnel for Jason Storm. And you know what? We'll find out at New Year's Vengeance if he can handle it. Maybe he has to go back to being the puppet master. Maybe Nice Guys Finish last like it did for me.
Well, he's got, like I said, it's a really intriguing match between McEntee and Storm because now Matthew Forsaken, a man that you have shared a few locker rooms with, has now said he will send Jason Storm to hell. And then on top of that, Jason Storm has Thomas McEntee, and you basically have said that the same thing you're going to do to what Matthew Forsaken looks to do to Jason Storm is you're going to send Thomas McEntee to hell and have no mercy on him. And Jason Storm, well, he's going to be dealing with whatever else from Matthew Forsaken. So these guys, this might be the last we see of them for all we know.
You never know. Never say never.
Well, look, I mean, it's an exciting show, by the way. I do want to plug a few more things from RCW. And it's the PWF. It's a super show. Once again, we did a few of these in the past, and I want to.
From now on, it is going to be an RCW PWF production. We have the same roster. We're sharing it. So basically, for each free show, PWF's going to have half the show. I'm going to have the other half, and we're just going to combine it, make it one show, make it easy.
And speaking of people that are the PWF champion,
even though Shane McMahon owns PWF and I own RCW. We didn't want to get rid of the names because we both have hot heads and like our federations. We didn't want to combine them. So here's what we did. We just said, okay, we'll put an X in the middle. We're a combined unit. We're a super show fed now. We got two of the best right here out of the young guns in IMF. You have the up and comer, Jimmy Payton, young star,
Yes.
really great talent for his age. And then you got the PWF champion, Felix Jones, one of the best in the underground right now. And
Absolutely.
This is just getting started. That is the
Absolutely.
one thing I love about Felix Jones is he has so much knowledge for the business for how old he is.
I know. I
wish
was talking to
I wish
Felix.
I was an
I was talking to
encyclopedia
Felix
knowledge
off
like he
the
has.
air a few times over the last few weeks, and Felix, I mean, this guy. I tell you what, he is like six. I keep saying it. He's like 6 months behind where Ace Christian is right now, and I think that Felix Jones, in like 6 months from now, maybe 9 months from now, if he wants it, he could be in a company like an NLW, or he could be in another indie fed across the Midwest. Because when I talk with Felix,
He
I'm
has
really,
so much potential to grow, Tom, and
yeah.
it's crazy. I wish at his age I wasn't on a trampoline and I was doing what he was doing now.
Well, you're
So
giving him an opportunity to defend the PWF championship here, so I'm sure it all evens out. But I'm very excited to watch Felix every time out there. And Jimmy is a guy that's another up and comer, so we'll definitely look forward to that. Another guy that we just watched against Il Drago. Another match I really enjoyed, by the way. That's the Pinnacle Jordanettes against one Dexter King. It'll be a number one contenders match. And the interesting thing, which I'm sure we'll talk about when the Prophet Jordan Crowley does return to Sportswire, whether he takes over or not, we'll certainly have to stay tuned for that. But what'll happen with the House of Wolves? But nevertheless, we could see Jordanettes possibly against Felix Jones, and that dynamic would be rather interesting. But in the meantime, Dexter King and Jordanettes square off for a number one contendership match for the winner of Jimmy Payton and Felix Jones.
yeah, I mean, and Dexter King hasn't been seen in a while either, so seeing him back is actually kind of cool, considering I was the one who signed him to an RCW contract. It's nice that this pre-show thing is all figured out now. Because for a few months we didn't know where it was going, and we had little time between shows. That's why I'm glad we got out of Palo, because Cedar Rapids is closer to the ring and everything. So it's an easier transport. It's an easier setup. It's not painful and cold, like going back and forth between the recreation center and the outdoors. It's actually really nice, and this is the best upgrade IMF will probably get in. Well, I won't say ever because we have much room to grow still.
Oh, I think the IMF's going to continue to grow. Trust me. The best is yet to come.
It's not going to stop growing, Tom. It's going to be a goddamn freight train in no time.
And I agree with you 100% on that, and we're excited about that. And then speaking of people that are still around, Freddie Daniels issues an open challenge, and the now married Freddie Daniels will be issuing an open challenge, and who will be married to him in the ring, we'll have to stay tuned. But Freddie will have his challenge, and shout out to Freddie. And this match, by the way, you're so funny because this match certainly takes me back. And two men that certainly have a lot of history in a place that you certainly will not name on here, but nevertheless, we'll certainly see some entertainment.
Some rivalries just never die, Tom. Whether they're good ones, bad
You're
ones.
funny, Shawn Jovi. I'm breaking the fourth wall. You are a funny guy, Shawn Jovi. You are a funny guy because I'm just thinking about all those times we had over there in that company that we're not going to say.
Nothing like a blast from the past, but on better terms and a better company.
That's true, too. Good point. Duly noted. But nevertheless,
you got to realize that company was 2 years ago. However long I left. When I left that company, they went on the back burner and got irrelevant. I'm sorry, not sorry. I took the fan base and I took it with me to IMF.
Right. Well, Nicholas Crenson's trying to reverse his fortunes, certainly of late, and Ricky Romero has also certainly been.
Yeah, most guys, I don't even think they won a single match this year up until Ricky won. Good for Ricky, by the way. Yeah, I'm glad he got a championship and he has something to fight for. I know for a while he was getting discouraged, so I'm glad the man is rising up.
Now, who gets the majority of that? If you guys get divorced, who gets the majority of the belt in the divorce proceedings? If it goes that far.
Oh, yeah. Well, he claims he wears the pants in the relationship, so I guess I get to fuck him over if I'm the female. Sorry,
There you go. There.
Christmas.
I think, ladies and gentlemen, I think that was one. That's probably the first time Shawn Jovi's gotten the beat button here. But yeah, definitely an intriguing match. These two men have plenty of history, and that's also a reason why you need to follow the RCW and you need to follow the PWF. Now, you want to watch the show, you could do that unless you're there at the Iconics by hitting the sub button for Shawn Jovi on his YouTube channel, because we know that we are now close to 1,000 subscribers. We are 92 away, which we know what happens when you get to 1,000 subs. You go into the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame once again. So we're getting closer. We're getting closer.
That one is getting framed no matter what. That'll be my centerpiece.
No, we're going to definitely put you in at 1,000 once again. And if you are there.
I've been that for like 20 years. And, that counts 20 years old, almost 20 years old, Tom. It's been on and off, but it's been scratching and clawing to get there.
Hey, listen, you know what? You're gonna get there. We're almost there. Trust me.
I'll get there. It's a long haul and a long grind, but I know once I get there, it'll be worth it.
Well, we're gonna try to help you one step closer. So if you're out there, hit the sub button for Shawn Jovi. And speaking of things, before we move on to a few other things, you have some awards that I do want to share for the audience. And let's talk about Match of the Year first. And you've got your matches. Now, full disclosure, wink and a nod, I see someone here had voted for your match against those real monsters at the time for the tag team championships. And right now, you are tied with your match with Omen Black at CyberSlam, which was then for the IMF World Championship. And
match I think I had this year besides Felix. I didn't have a lot of singles matches, but
right, Felix at Summer Bash, or you Felix at Summer Bash?
I had a few singles, but like that IMF World Title match definitely changed a lot of things for me. I didn't leave the same person as I did going in to Three Doors Down forever this time, and what can I say?
I think to me the tag Ring of Champions should be the winner. If you're here in the chat, I really think you should vote for the one for Ring of Champions, because that's where you win the tag team championship. The moment that was
was from Highway to Hell. I typoed that. My memory's not that great. I'm getting old, but all shows run the same. After all, I've been to all of them.
Yeah, and I do want to give a special shout out to Tommy Titus, by the way, watching on Twitch. Tommy's from OPW, and Tommy and Hunter, who run OPW, and I promise to get them on in 26. Just be patient with me. I do apologize if people haven't got on to Sportswire yet.
Tommy's a good dude. I'll tune in.
Yeah, Tommy's a good dude. And also, I think Highway to Hell, where you won the tag titles, that should be the match, your match of the year, because that's the big moment. It was the blow off. Mm-hmm. We saw what was going here on Sportswire for weeks, the build up between you, Mephisto, Soldier, and Justin Parsley at the time. So that would be my match of the year. Also here, Vlog Story of the Year. Again, very close. Wow. Except Tone DeBoss, by the way. I mean, you got to fight here. So right now, you got the man we just saw on the screen earlier, you getting married. Kyle Kaplan, by the way, has been very impressive, certainly these past few months. Wins the All Wrestling Matters Championship, and then again, what we just talked about at Highway to Hell. So I'm sure you have a thought or two on this.
I will say one thing about Kaplan, and I know he's a can of worms and all that stuff, but Kaplan impressed me. He took a really crappy situation and made something out of it. When he won the All Wrestling Matters Championship in that Ultimate Heist of the Century, I thought the title was dead. I thought, well, there goes that. We have a guy who holds a belt who's an absolute clown. But I was wrong. He actually put on a good match with Soulja. And that impressed me. Soulja's not the easiest person to wrestle. I mean, I've wrestled Soulja and I've lost. Let's face it. If the great Shawn Jovi loses to Soulja GP, he's got to be a tough opponent. And hey, he gave it his all. He didn't win, but he backed up a lot of the shit he said, and that I can commend him for. Absolutely.
No, Kaplan, I think if you look at his last few months, his match with Johnny Velocity, if you look at some of his work in ROW, he's put the work in. I think also he's put himself in great shape.
Ladies and gentlemen, because I feel like this guy deserves like upstart of the year, rookie of the year for.
I would say it
He's
definitely
not a
one of
rookie
the
per
most
se, but in the All Wrestling Matters circuit,
Uh,
he is. He is in rookie.
kind of.
It is
He's
his breakout year.
Yeah, I think breakout, most improved. He's definitely in the discussion for those things. Absolutely, no question that he's done a lot of good things, and I'm excited to see RWW return here in a few months. We've got Shocker of the Year, and I think to me it should be you with the tag team championships. But Kyle Keplin's winning there also. He's winning that, and he's winning that convincingly. Right?
Something I didn't think was going to happen.
Well, I tell you what, he's ahead there, and also. I'm gonna just leave it at this way. Everyone's favorite of the year, and Omen Black is winning that one, and he seems to be winning that one.
He always wins that one, and that's why he's so adamant on winning it. It's his award to win every year. I've done this for 3 years. This is the third time I think I've done it since I've
3 for 3
IMF, and Omen's won every year.
Yeah, I think right now, if you're gonna vote right now, the vote where you can really make the difference is match of the year and Vlogster of the year, because those are neck and neck. Those could change at any given moment. Those are still. And if you want to do that right now, hit the sub button for Shawn Jovi on his YouTube channel. Also, I want to give Tommy some well wishes that he had hernia surgery. My uncle's had that twice. It is a very painful surgery. And you might see him in the ring, but he'll soon, my friend. Thank you for all you do, and hang in there, and literally, and after he's healed, and not if my sister has anything to say about it. I think Ox and Mr. Crowley are going back and forth. He has 5 more weeks. And, all hail, fill in the blanks. You may not know yet, but I realize what she has in store for you. He's talking about Varel Crowley, and I would definitely not want to mess with Varel. I'm not messing with Varel. I know she's aligned with Gabe Sayers, but I saw her in her mannerisms in the ring with that match with Rory Fox, and she accompanied Damian Saint previously as well. And Jordan doesn't want the job, so I guess I'll keep it. Well, thank you, Jordan. I appreciate that. Merry Christmas to you too. And I would love to see Ace Christian back. I will ask him that question. I think we're here at 5:00 special early time next Friday, because January 2nd is still kind of a holiday because it's a Friday, so we'll be here. Nikki Tooch is another guy that I would love to see in here as well. Okay, they have back and forth, so I hope she lets me take pictures. Okay, nevertheless, we'll move on here because I know you have an announcement. Before I get to the announcement, I want to come back to New Year's event. I know you're going to be here before that. We have a lot of time, but you got to want those tag team championships back. And, they're the old saying right now, and anytime you go and have a wrestling match as a champion for the first time out, the most difficult title defense is the first one. This is your opportunity to show that match at Winter Clash was a to you and your grapefruits, the attitude adjustment, the you can't see me 5-knuckle shuffle, all that stuff out there. You have an opportunity to prove it was a fluke, but there's a wrench into this. There's another team, a Midwest Express. And what do you think about what's ahead for your road to get back those IMF Tag Team Championships next month at New Year's Vengeance?
Tom, like I said, Tone and Prince, they got lucky. And throwing in the Midwest Express, arguably, besides me and Mephisto, the greatest tag team in IMF. You got 2 elite teams and a put-together team at the last minute. They're paper champions, Tom, and we're going to lose to me and Mephisto. The Midwest Express, they've had their time. Now Jason Myers has a title. He has to worry about that. Do you think he's going to win a tag title too? Hell no. He's scrawny. He doesn't even belong in a wrestling ring. He's anorexic. Who knows? But I don't know, man. It's going to be a mess. But all I know is me and Mephisto have to win this. There is
you definitely have to win this. Yeah, you have to win this because you want to show that you got. Yeah, go ahead.
And we're going to make an example out of Tone the Boss and Princess Chia. We're going to make an example out of the Midwest Express. We're going to show the entire locker room why me and Mephisto are not just the rock stars of the galaxy, but we're the show, the whole show, and nothing but the show. And that is, at New Year's Vengeance, we will come in with a vengeance. We will take the tag team straps off of the wannabe rapper and the wannabe champion in Tone and a Chia Boy. We're going to rule the tag division for a very long time. Mark my words, Tom. It's going to be a dark road ahead for Tone and a Chia. It's going to be a dark road ahead for the Midwest Express at the expense of the Rockstars of the Galaxy.
Well, it's a very intriguing match because, again, the Midwest Express were certainly one of the premier tag teams in all of underground wrestling for a very long time. But they lost those tag team championships to some real monsters, and they lost them time and time again. And then you have this team of Tone DeBoss and Prince of Chia that all of a sudden Tone DeBoss's first wrestling match wins your championship. So you got a lot to prove here. I think the Midwest Express have a lot to prove. I think Tone DeBoss and Prince of Chia have a lot to prove here.
They do. They got away with a win. I'll give them that. But can they beat two teams?
I don't know. That's a great point. I don't know.
I don't think Achia can carry either the weight of Tone the Boss around and try and deal with me and Mephisto. Tone, he's had one match. He got lucky. Let's be fair. The guy's never wrestled a day in his life up until then. It's embarrassing. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to get my payback. So next month, Tony boy, look out, because I'm aiming to pin you.
Well, that's an interesting point you made in that Tone DeBoss. You can't make up that experience factor that he doesn't have here. There's no question with your experience and even the Midwest even the Midwest Express's experience. I mean, you can't deny that those guys, Nets and Myers, they've been a team for years together. You and Mephisto have a lot of experience inside that squared circle, and that could certainly be what maybe the luck runs out. Maybe it's 15 minutes of fame. Maybe it's just a fluke. I don't know, but we'll certainly find out here. We're going to talk a lot about this between now and next month, and I am very excited about that. And the rest of the card, there's a lot to talk about. We're going to be covering it plenty. I know Gabe Sayers going to have a lot to say about it next Thursday because, well, he's your All Wrestling Matters champion, and I'd be very curious to see what he does with that title. But also, he's got a match coming up here with one Ox McCoy. And Mr. McCoy did say that he thinks that Tone can handle himself well. Jason Myers got the job done, but Jordan Nets couldn't, which seems to be a theme. I think that's a fair point, that you look at the Midwest Express, that they have come up short as a team of late collectively. Ox knows those guys, the House of Wolves, and that's an interesting point that I'm going to be asking Gabe Sayers and anybody else that comes on here. What is the future of the House of Wolves? What will be the future of the Midwest Express if those guys come up short? Because at the end of the day, those guys are on the clock. Myers got the Midwestern title. He wants to be a double champion, but what about the Pinnacle Jordan Nets? I don't know. I know you have something you want to say that's a major announcement. I've been saving this the best for last, you might want to say. You have said a lot tonight. You've had a lot of people tune in here. You've been in rare form. This is your show. This is your day. This has become your tradition. The people, they definitely want to see you here. And I know, especially for those that are listening and watching here in prime time on the brightest lights, the biggest stage, your platform, you have a major announcement, and I pass the baton to you to tell us what that major announcement is.
Tom, I just want to say first, this announcement isn't for the people. It's for me. And people are going to appreciate what I have to say here. So, you know my story, Tom. You know I came from the GBYWN. You know a lot of stuff about that, but and ever since Sick Rick came back in the picture and reignited the underground scene in his form, in his art form, there's been a lot more shows showing up. There was a show like 4th of July this year, and to my knowledge, on May 2nd, 2026, there's another one by a company called 3BW out Northeast. It's not Sick Rick's Fed. It's no one else's. This Fed that I know. Never been there. But guess who's going to be there, Tom?
Whoa!
And Tom, you know what I'm going to do there?
What?
Do you have any idea what I'm going to do there? I'll give you one guess.
You tell me.
Create my destiny. Last Christmas, Tom, I manifested my destiny for this year. Remember
You
that?
did.
When I want to win.
You said you wanted tag team championships. You had never been a tag team champion in your career. And well, at Highway to Hell a few months ago, you won your first tag team championship with Mephisto. And now it seems like you have a destiny coming up here on May 2nd. And I would have to think it involves maybe somebody that I've heard of and maybe somebody that I know that's been on here a few times.
Let's
if I think it's that person.
I think you are thinking of the right person. And you're right. I know this match can be official as long as he accepts, because we've talked about it over the years. He's a close friend of mine, one of the best to ever lace a pair of boots in the wrestling business. And in knowledge, the guy's a goddamn genius for this business. And he used to go by a name of Red Hazard.
I think I know what that is.
That's right. Tom, I'm manifesting my destiny again because I want the one thing I never fought for in my career, the GBYWN World's Championship.
Wow, ladies and gentlemen, it sounds to me like Santa's resident rock star, the resident rock star of the underground, Shawn Jovi, is calling his own shot. 3BW, May 2nd, 2026, against the one and only reigning, defending GBYWN champion, Rad Dad Radley Belmont, a.k.a. Rad Hazard.
That's right. Him and I have faced off before. And you know what? Next year's 20 years for me, 19 years since that match. I say we run it back, Rad Dad. I say we run it back, but this time there's no King BW. It's just you and me, one-on-one, for a title I've always admired, respected, and wanted around my shoulder my entire career. It's time that I cash in on my destiny, the destiny that I didn't even think I came back to the backyard for. And now I get a shot at it again? Come on, Rad. This is beautiful. This is magic. This is what wrestling's all about. Opportunities, Rad. Dad is the ultimate opportunity. And here's why, Tom. In 2021, when I came back into the underground, I wasn't expecting anything. I was just helping a little company start up that, ultimately did what it did. And I like to think this is like a Cody Rhodes story. I left the GBYWN when it was in shambles and everything moved on and everyone had a life and did their thing. I stayed behind. I stayed in the shadows, rebuilding myself in 2021 up until IMF discovered me in 2023. And when they signed me and when I went on your platform, Tom, what happened? Miraculously, shows started popping up from the past. People started showing up from the modern. Everything changed like that. And next year, May 2nd, 2026, 3BW Typical Violence, the 20-year reunion show for that company. Me and Rad Dad are going to war, mano a mano, friend on friend, whatever you want to call it. But I want what I've always wanted in my life, to be the best underground wrestler in the world. And that belt defines that. Rad Hazard, Radley Belmont, is the best underground wrestler in the world right now because he holds the ultimate title to my legacy. And now I get a chance to win it if he so accepts.
Ladies
Dad.
and gentlemen, Rad Dad Radley Belmont is the man that holds a victory over one Darius Carter. Rad Dad Radley Belmont was the man that was the GTS Intercontinental Champion. He was the GTS Legendary YouTube Champion. And he's also the reigning defending GBYWN Champion. We know the historical impact of one Rad Dad Radley Belmont for nearly 2 decades, and especially with the GBYWN. But ladies and gentlemen, Shawn Jovi, he ain't dead yet. Shawn Jovi, he's the last true link of the GBYWN that wrestles on a monthly basis. And now he's called his shot that May 2nd, 2026, 3BW. He's coming to settle the score. He's coming to rectify a past where he was once an outsider, where he was once an outcast, where he once didn't belong. And now he's here to show the world, and especially the underground wrestling world and beyond, that he not only belongs, but he will forever be etched in stone as the GBYWN World Heavyweight Champion, and a championship that for a company, guys, I don't know. How about this guy Ospreay? How about one Jordan Oliver, influenced by the GBYWN? How about guys that come on here regularly that have been influenced by the GBYWN? Silas Walker, Chase Wakefield, yeah, we know him. Brandon Costelli, Ace Christian, a long list. Ox McCoy, a long list of talents in the underground wrestling circuit and beyond that have been influenced or have wrestled in the GBYWN. And Shawn Jovi now looks to etch in stone in history that he will be the GBYWN champion. But first, he'll have to do it against Rad Dad Bradley Belmont. But even more so to that, ladies and gentlemen, Rad Dad Bradley Belmont has to accept the challenge laid out here tonight on Christmas Day. Mark it on your calendars. December 25th, 2025, 12/25/25. Shawn Jovi challenges Rad Hazard, Rad Dad Bradley Belmont for the GBYWN championship. And there can't be no other way, because Shawn Jovi is here. And how fitting, ladies and gentlemen, that Shawn Jovi challenges Rad Hazard for the GBYWN championship on the day that Sick Rick proposes and becomes engaged. Whoa, ladies and gentlemen.
Cool thing about that, Tom. I know Ashley and I know Rick personally. They're great, and I think it's great that
many times.
found out they became a couple. I was super happy for both of them, and now that they're engaged, I'm even happier for them. They're both great people. They are both passionate, friendly people, and all the power to them. I hope they have a great marriage, a great life. I hope they have everything together because they deserve it. They're great people, and without Rick, I can't even say this challenge would even be thrown right now. So thank you, Rick. And Merry Christmas, buddy. And Merry Christmas, Ashley, if you're watching.
Well, they'll watch the clip. They'll watch it. We'll be putting it out after we go off the air. They'll know about it. Mark my words. They'll know about it. And mark my words, before we sign off, Shawn Jovi, Santa's resident rock star, let's just say jolly old Saint Reverend Tom will certainly have Rad Dad Radley Belmont back on Sportswire, so we can ask him if he accepts your challenge. Merry Christmas.
I love it, Tom. This is the best Christmas ever. Let's just say it. I just gave the Underground something to look forward to in 2026. My destiny will be fulfilled, Tom. I'm going to become the greatest underground wrestler, whether people like it or not, in the world. And there's not a damn thing anyone can do about it. Not Gabe Sayers, not CJ Black, not anybody, not Soldier GP, not Omen Black, not Justin Parsley, not even Ace Christian, nobody. D'Angelo Flame, where the hell is that guy? Any All Wrestling Matter champion from the past, forget about him. This is my show now. This is my world now. And on May 2nd, I'm going to prove that when I take over the underground scene for good.
Well, you know what, ladies and gentlemen? Last year on this day, Shawn Jovi said he was looking to win tag team championship gold. That was his Christmas gift that he wanted on his wish list for 25. Now this year, Shawn Jovi's Christmas gift list for next year is to win not only back those IMF Tag Team Championships, but also the GBYWN World Championship, a championship for a company that he has a long history with and a company that he wants to right a wrong from. A company that, well, let's just say he was once an outcast. Well, now he has an opportunity to go from the outhouse to the penthouse and win that GBYWN championship. And like I said, Rad Dad's a TF Crew roster member. we're sponsors of the TF Crew, and I'm pretty sure that we'll be seeing Rad Dad real soon on Sportswire, so he
Call
can
me Dad.
we're gonna make sure that he finds this out very, very shortly. All right. Obviously, we said plenty. I'm well aware of that. We're gonna have you on here before New Year's Vengeance to talk about that tag team championship match, and Rad Dad is certainly gonna be, I am sure, here. And I'm gonna ask, well, two men that I'm sure know Rad Dad even as well as you do, and one Gabe Sayers and Angel Santiago, because they're back here in the span of a week and a half. So we'll talk a lot about this match and we'll get their thoughts on it. But until then, I want to pass the baton to you. I want to give you some closing thoughts. Anything else you want to plug, share, or say? The floor is yours.
As always, like this episode, subscribe to Tom Bryce, subscribe to me more importantly.
I have YouTube right here. There we go.
Everybody subscribe to Shawn Jovi. That channel needs 1,000 subscribers so I can get another certificate of appreciation. Because I know the underground appreciates me. So, yeah, like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Look to see on my channel. More vlogs are coming out soon. I'm trying to think if there's anything crazy.
Yeah, watch the vlog. I got to be honest. The vlogs get better each and every month. I think, you know what, these vlogs you do, I sit there and watch the whole thing, and I really look forward to your vlogs. I mean, I love everything else you do. You know, I've seen you, you've been on the live. I know you're not doing Mario Kart right now. I know you're doing like some AI stuff on Instagram, and they're all great stuff. You know, I love everything. You know, I'm upfront with that. I'm indebted to you, but, you know, I got to say your vlogs each and every month are better and better. They're
the meat and potatoes of the channel, let's be fair.
Yeah, I think at this point the vlogs are the meat and potato of the channel. I love from start to finish the way you do them and show everybody out there. They're great stuff. You can check out all the other content on here. Please hit the sub button for Shawn Jovi. Even if you're subbed on his channel.
All Wrestling Matters archives. Don't forget about
I'm going to put that up in a minute, but even if you're subbed on Jovi's channel, get a friend, get a family member. All it takes is to hit that sub button. It's free. It doesn't cost anything. So if you have friends, you have family that are wrestling fans or not, let them go subscribe to this man. Let them go and hit this. He's almost there. He's 92 away. Maybe he's 91 away after this, whatever it is. So do me a favor. Hit the sub button for him. We want to honor him. We want to support those who support us. Please hit the sub button for him. Also, I'm going to take this off the screen. I'm going to put the All Wrestling Matters archives up here before we sign off so we can get a sub button there for that, because we're inching up the numbers there ever so slowly, but we're getting there. So please go out there and subscribe to that. I'm going to put it up here right now on the screen so you can go hit the sub button for the All Wrestling Matters archives. We'd really, really appreciate that. We're at 322, so we're getting closer. We're getting closer. We're closer and closer. So if you can, hit the sub button here to the All Wrestling Matters archives, and that would be yes. And I agree with Ox. Jovi's vlogs are an archive of memories, and that's why you need to hit the sub button for plenty of All Wrestling Matters archives footage, and you'll see some of your very favorites on there. And hit the sub button there. All right, my friend, I think we've said plenty. I think the Rad Dad announcement's definitely one. I'm excited to see Dad has to say, but even what Gabe and Angel have to say about this, especially Angel, because he has a hold of victory over Rad recently. And
I'm excited to see what they think too, because like I said, it's time for the winds of change have come, and I'm going to take it by storm.
Oh, well, tonight's episode, there were definitely things that were said. Thomas McEntee, Tone DeBoss, Prince Achia, Dirty, Omen Black, and most certainly Rad Dad Radley Belmont. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Santa's resident rock star. This is the resident rock star of all of wrestling, not just the underground. That is Shawn Jovi, the first backyard underground wrestler to have come on to Sportswire Radio. And boy, I can't wait to see. Hopefully we see that match on May 2nd. But first, we're going to see him on January 24th, New Year's Vengeance, the IMF's return to Iconics in beautiful Cedar Rapids. And Shawn Jovi and his best friend Mephisto will be challenging to win back IMF tag team titles. Will also be in action against the Midwest Expresses, Jason Myers, who's now the Midwestern champion here at the IMF, the Pinnacle Jordanettes, and also the incumbents right now, for now at the moment, that is Prince Achia and Tone DeBoss, who's also the Jovi's Vlog champion. He also is supposed to be controlling Jovi's Vlog for a week, so we'll see what happens there. But, my friend, Merry Christmas and
Merry
Happy
Christmas.
New Year. We'll see you soon. There
Yes,
you go.
sir.
That's it, ladies and gentlemen. My name is the Reverend Tom Bryce. You have voice. Figuratively and literally, we're all music, all sports, and all wrestling matters. If you're here on Sportswire Radio, I'll be here tomorrow night. I'm actually here for a few minutes with the controversial one, Cato, who has a few minutes and he wants to say a few things. Yeah, I will have to find out what he has to say. And I have the team of Cease and Desist. But next week, Gabe Sayers and Ace Christian back to back, which I have a feeling that a lot of people will want to hear what they have to say, and especially after what Shawn Jovi said. But until then, thank you so much, everybody. Merry Christmas. Hope everyone is safe out there. Thank you for your support, and good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, on the number one global radio, that is Sportswire Radio, where all music, all sports, and all wrestling matters. See